family.
We vote in Janice, we vote in Cleon, we vote in Rohan, we vote in JD, we vote in Mike. Because a change must come, we vote in NRP.
Are you ready for this?
NRP remains the best for you. It is time for you to vote for peace, progress, and prosperity. Change must come. Change for the better. For your family, your community, and your island. On election day, look for the bottle. Put your hands.
Change must come, change must come, change must come, let's shift the momentum. Change must come, change must come, change must come, let's shift the momentum. Let's go! NRP massive! If you ready, let me go. Push, 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 yo! I don't know about you, but let me tell you what me I go do. Me I go vote, I support, let's go vote, I push a vote. We fed up by the talk.
That's right.
Let's take the beast out of bar. Me I go vote, I support, let's go vote, I push a vote. So let's go early with your ID and vote for integrity. People trust me, believe me, and I'll be better for Queen City. So let's go early with your ID and vote for integrity. People trust me, believe me, and I'll be better for Queen City.
For your family.
We vote in Janice, we vote in Cleon, we vote in Rohan, we vote in JD, we vote in Mike. Because a change must come, we vote in NRP.
Are you ready for this?
It is time for you to vote for peace, progress, change for the better.
Election day, this is Simmons gone in. The vex and the blow. Let we change the show. NRP will transform this for you. Vote NRP.
Good evening, Nevis. Good evening, the people of Cotton Ground. And good evening, St. Thomas's. You are here at market. You are here at market. And it is the right time and the right place to be with the Nevis Reformation Party. Tonight, my brothers and sisters, as usual, we ask God's presence amongst us. So we pray, Almighty God, most heavenly Father, we of the Nevis Reformation Party come once again to Cotton Ground. And we ask you, Lord, to bless us with your presence. Heavenly Father, we dare not do anything without your involvement. You promise that if we ask, it shall be given. You said to seek, and we shall find. Father, you promise that you will never leave us nor forsake us. And so, God, we humble ourselves before you tonight. And we ask for a blessing on our candidates that represents the Nevis Reformation Party. Lord, we ask you to touch J.D. Keynes. We ask you for a special prayer for her at this time. She asks for prayer because she says that her voice is failing her. But she knows, God, that if we ask, it shall be given. And so we also ask your protection over her and her family tonight. We pray for Patricia Bartlett. We pray for her entire family. And we thank you for the opportunity that you have given her to extend her services to St. John's. We pray for Rohan eyes. Father God, you know the trials that he has gone through. But I have confidence in saying Jesus is our deliverer. And so, mighty God, we thank you for him and the plans that he has brought to the Nevis Reformation Party. We thank you for our leader, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge. And we pray, God, that the sacrifices that she has made for the people of Nevis will not go unnoticed. And then we come to Cotton Ground. And we pray for our deputy leader, Lady Cleone, Stapleton-Simmonds. Mighty God, she will be our featured speaker tonight. So I ask for an extra touch, a special touch for her. For if ever she needs you, is now. She has been championing the cause for her. She says that she sees her people suffering. And so, God, we need your help. We need your touch. We need your anointing. Have your way. Bless this meeting and all the supporters that call themselves Nivision. Father God, we thank you for what you have done and what you're about to do in Jesus' name. My NRP family, people of St. Thomas's, tonight is your night. And I want to say that this election is about you. This election is about you. And people of Cotton Ground, especially, I want you to understand that you have raised Cleon. You have been in her life all the time. You recognize that she is genuine. You recognize that she is honest and decent. And I'm saying that better has come to the people of St. Thomas's in the name of Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. But as I said, my people, this election is about you. Today, I went to the supermarket to pick up some stuff. And I heard a small businessman saying how much the price had been raised in the last 2 weeks. I didn't understand. But you go to the supermarket and buy a crate of egg of 12. You're paying as much as $18. As much as $18. And I know that we are going through difficult times. But today, I was hurt because I saw a single mother also picking up some stuff for her children. And when she reached the cashier and she spread them out, you know, as ladies, they take pride and they have the money in their purse. She had it boxed up in her hand. And then I heard her saying, "Tell me the price of this one." And then she said, "Put it aside. Tell me the price of this before you cash it." And then again she said, "Put it aside." And the items wasn't any exorbitant items. But recognize that things are so hard. The basic needs that you need for your children to survive. You're going to the supermarket and can't afford it. You can't afford it. And when I look back and recognize that there are people who got a 10% raise, and then they took the 10% from St. Kitts. The money was sent from St. Kitts. So up here, get 10%. And those people took 5 out of it. But look at what is happening. They take the whole 10% from Nevis too. And so they get 20. And you get 5. Then you can't go to the supermarket and pick up a can of beef. My people of Cleone, this is serious time. And you have no heart if you want to see your brothers and your sisters suffering. And I'm saying that the time has come for you to understand that Cleon Stapleton and her team would be the prayer or the answer to the prayer that you have been praying for. They will represent you. So when I stand here and say, better has come to cotton ground in the name of Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds, you must understand that we are talking about the welfare of your children. If I may sound a little passionate, it hurts. It hurts. And I'm saying, people of cotton ground, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to make things better. Before I call my first speaker, I have one more thing to say. Because I didn't recognize, maybe I'm a little old school, but I didn't recognize when you go to the teller machine, you can press a button to see how much money is in your account. I did not know until weekend that you can go to the teller machine and press a button to see how much money in your account. Because things are so bad in Nevis now that you're pinching it and you don't want to go beyond your means. So whatever is there, you got to save something for a rainy day. And you still have to try to feed your family. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it tells you that things are hard. And I'm saying to you, people of St. Thomas's, that you have representation in Cleone Stapleton-Simmonds. Because you recognize that even during the COVID, she did not care for herself. She kept going all around the people of St. Thomas's and all the household, giving out hampers, food hampers, giving out turkey, giving out ham. It's because she cares. It's because she cares. And people of cotton ground, you don't know. There's a commercial on TV. Say they don't know the goal you're sitting on. you don't know the gold that you have in St. Thomas's. You don't know the gold you have in St. Thomas's. And so I'm saying to you, come December 12th, you go to the polls and vote for Cleon, Stapleton-Simmonds and the Nevis Reformation Party. Because change will come. I want to now call our first speaker for tonight. The doctor with the right prescription. The doctor with the right prescription. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the other side have said all kind of nasty things about her. But the truth and in fact is that she has stand up to them like a champion. And David is about to bring down Goliath. And so I now call to speak to you. The beautiful, the veteran, Dr. Patricia Bartlett. People, put your hands together and welcome her.
I've been battered, bruised and torn, but I'm still here. Some days my life was filled with fear. Oh, but I'm still here. So many times I had to fight just to stay in the right. I have failed so many times, but I'm still here. I had many.
Good night, good night. Good night, St. Thomas's. I am still here. Now, tonight I came to support the Honorable, let me take that back, Cleon Stapleton. I came to support the once Honorable, the next go-around Honorable, Cleon Simmons. We're going to combine that, and I'm here to support the Honorable in waiting, Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. My people, this is almost the single most important election ever in the history. At least the single most important election in my lifetime. And so we have to take this one seriously. My people, I say this is the most critical election Nevis ever had. This election is going to determine if the people of Nevis are liberated or they're driven further into a dark place. My people, this is a defining moment. Do not take it lightly. We have literally witnessed the worst period of governance that Nevis has ever experienced. And to add insult to injury, Nevisians living on Nevis have been intimidated into silence. Nevisians, unlike all sisters in St. Kitts or sisters and brothers in St. Kitts and any other democratic country, cannot speak out against any wrongdoing of their elected officials of government. Nevisians are generally, not all of us, one over there, two over there, myself maybe, but generally, Nevisians are afraid of their own government. And for those of us who have decided to stand up, at whatever cost, for those of us who have been bold enough to say enough is enough, Nevis deserves better. They say it's because we didn't get what we wanted. And they just hang it out there. And a lot of people going around saying that Dr. Patricia Bartlett didn't get what she wanted. And I'm asking, well, what is it she didn't get? Because when King Lias throws it out, I've given him permission. Not once, not twice. 3 times in the public domain, I've given permission to the Premier to tell Nevis people and anybody else who would listen, what is it Patricia Bartlett didn't get? What is it she didn't get? Share it with the public. Do not keep them in suspense. Is your trump card? Use it. Well, you see, I said last night, when they can't control you, when they cannot control you, what they do? They try to smear you. But you know they can't do that with me. So let me tell you of their offer to me. Since they wouldn't tell you, because they want you to think that I want something from them. But on the contrary, let me tell you all about the offers that they would have, and just 2. It's not like they offer me a lot of things that they would have made, and I would have just rejected. One of the offers they made to me was for a national award. And initially, I said, boy, that sounds good, And I accepted. And then when I thought about it, I said, you know what? These people don't have any respect for divisions, generally. Why they selected me? Because I recognized they wanted to give me something to shut my mouth, because that is their strategy. Anybody who decide they're going to talk out against them, they're going to try to shut you up. One way or the other. They either sweeten you up and give you a job so you can't talk now, or they go after you and they try to smear you. So they offered me a national award and I tell them no thanks. I called the protocol officer and I said, look, please withdraw my name. I don't need any initials to my name. I am good with Patricia Bartlett. Anyone who knows me, I didn't get an honorary doctorate. I work for it. But when I got on the road, if you do not call me Dr. Patricia Bartlett, it doesn't faze me. I good. Very humble. There you go. They don't get more humble than me. Trust me. Then, of course, they thought it was a grand idea to turn my place occasions into an elderly home, because according to them, they sat in cabinet and decided that that would be a good location, and it is a lucrative business. No, me no know nothing about looking after the elderly like so. I look after my mother, yes. But I said that is not my forte, and so I would not be in any venture to get into that business. So there was I being offered a lucrative business, and I turned them down. So, apart from that, I usually keep my communication. One thing, because I don't play with these kind of people, I recognize who they are a long time. So I am not erasing anything. All the WhatsApp they send me, all the emails they send me, I have it there forever and forever. It's going to steady until I die. Or until the smart device decides that it's time to kick it out. But those who know me know that I am a woman of principle. And for those who do not know me, Julie, you know me. Julie, you know I'm a woman of principle. Julie wants me to soften it. And for those who do not know that about me, they really do not know me. They simply know me by name. They simply know my name. They don't really know me. So they have no authority to talk about me. I could never be placated or bought because I answer to a higher calling. So this experience I'm going through here now, this journey, this political journey, and nobody know me to be a politician. Whether I win, lose, or draw, I would continue to speak out against any injustice I see perpetrated on my people. So I would never subject myself to be controlled by these lawless boys, and I'm not apologizing for the use of the term boys. I'm not going to take it back. I'm not going to soften it, but they behave like boys. My tagline is not just a catchy phrase. It actually reflects what I'm about. It says, your voice and the best choice. By the way, I think I might have to modify that a bit. I didn't check. I'm not so sure if MRM, No, MRM. I'm not so sure if they were nominated yesterday. If they were nominated yesterday, I'm going to have to change my tag because I like proper English. So I would have to say your voice and the better choice if they were not nominated. But for now, I'll assume that they are nominated, so I'm going to say I am your voice and I am the best choice. But whether it is best or better, that is irrelevant at this time. I am just passing through here, and I am going to do the work of him who sent me. I am here on a mission, and my current assignment is to help to rescue Nevis. To rescue Nevis from this mobster-style gang that has set about looting the government coffers. Looting the government coffers for their advancement. For them, their family, and their chosen friends. But my people, we are going to have to wake up. We are going to have to wake up. You've got to change that. Because as they build mansions, the working poor are still seeking affordable housing. As they acquire numerous properties here, there, and everywhere, every day you hear they buying this land over and there and that over there. While they're doing that, the working poor are still toiling to own a piece of this rock. And as they seek to eat steak for breakfast and lobster for lunch, there are still children going to bed hungry right here in Nevis. Now, this is what food insecurity at the grassroots level look like. Children going to bed hungry. But we must have policies and programs in place to ensure food security for all of our people. We must be able to reduce the disparity between those who have and those who do not have. Everybody should get a morsel, as my grandmother used to say. Everybody ought to eat. So I need you to help me to be the next Minister of Agriculture. Because agriculture has been faced with a lot of problems right here in Nevis. And we cannot produce to the extent that we can, or the potential that we have, if we don't make sure that we fix certain things. And one of the issues that we have, and we must settle, is the issue of land tenure. For our farmers must be protected. Their rights to land must be protected, particularly if they're going to invest. So we must, and the NRP government must provide at least a 50-year lease to farmers. So it means that if you started to farm at age 20, you have 50 years, plant your trees, plant everything, whatever it is. As long as you're productive, you get a 50-year lease. And so by the time you retire at 70, the lands can either continue in your family, you renew your lease, or you give it up to someone else who could. There you go. Farmers like Daly must be encouraged to produce more. and not have their efforts frustrated, all in the name of politics. Zenwick Hanley, yesterday when we were going to the island, he pointed out some coconut trees that he planted over patworks. He can't reap them now because they throw him off the land where he would have established all that. That ain't right. So now somebody is going to reap the fruits of his labor. That can't be right. If he had tenure of that land, that would happen to him. But we're going to ensure that no politics could prevent you from producing. Kibo, and I hope you mind calling him. Kibo had his fruit trees chopped down to the ground. And the irrigation system, and anybody who knows about irrigation know that it costs a pretty penny. They had that destroyed. All in the name of politics. But I say, it is time to run them because they're not serious about governance. They are not serious about governance. So just like how they run Daily off the land, just like how they run Zen off the land, is the same way we need to run them out of government. As an NRP government, we will also address the issue of financing or the lack of financing for our farmers. Because if a farmer wants a loan right now to start farming, he's going to have to go to the commercial banks and pay 10% and those kind of exorbitant interest. And not only that, he's going to have to start to pay right away. Even though he ain't reap anything, these are the terms. You got to start paying after the month start. So we want to make sure that we have zero interest loans available for our farmers. Because if we are serious about agriculture, we must make it easier for them. To the issue, and people, anytime you ask people, what are the problems, they always tell you monkey and donkey. Sometimes monkey ain't bothering them, something donkey ain't bothering them, but we're going to fix the problem. We're going to fix the problem. And we are proposing that we would have a donkey sanctuary for donkeys. You take all of them there, they have an exclusive area just for donkeys. And of course, we must institute a population control program to make sure they don't overgraze the area that we put them. As it relates to the monkeys, up to the higher lands, we're proposing we would take them up there, establish some feeding stations for them. In the meantime, we must do some reforestation, meaning we'll plant trees up there, like what they're accustomed to the mangoes, more fruit trees, so that the monkeys are encouraged to stay in the highlands. But for those who still have a problem and monkeys still encroaching, we are suggesting that we would help people with shade houses. But the shade houses will not just be limited to farmers. We would like to give vulnerable families a shade house. You give your shade house and you can plant your vegetables that would help you to at least make something to offset the bill, the grocery bill. My people, these initiatives are not necessarily exhaustive. I'm sure you would have some that you would like to see us pursue. You could send them my way. People, everywhere you go, everybody has input. So I don't want you tomorrow to say, but you don't talk about that. Oh, you don't talk about that. I can't talk about everything. I only have 5 minutes. So these are not exhaustive. Well, it's kind of late now for them to teeth it because they're not going to return to government. They're not going to institute anything anyway. So we could talk now. We have been promising, and even before this new slate of candidates, you have heard NRP say, we've got to get serious about non-food agriculture. We have to pursue the medical cannabis industry. Our people could be better off. There's money to be made. I could understand why Sink is not pushing it because they're pushing passport. But what do we have? We have to make sure we create space for our people. And we're gonna make sure that your NRP government pursues the establishment of this industry, the cannabis industry, aggressively. It can no longer. You could get high off the 5 plants that you are entitled to plant them in your garden and get your high. But we're talking serious money, serious money here. So I told you that I was on a mission. So with me, there is hope. There is hope. And there is potential right here. And we must capitalize on the strengths that we have, because we have to close the gap. Last year, 2021, is $130 million the Federation paid in food and live animal imports. So it means that there's a potential there for us to make some serious money in St. Kitts Nevis, and we must pursue that. But we want somebody who is serious about agriculture. Not somebody who take the portfolio just because they want to get their hand on the lands. No. If it means we have to divorce it to them, so be it. But we need somebody who is serious about pushing policies that would advance agriculture. And you have the person right here. One of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals is no hunger by 2030. Elect me on December 12th and let's get to work. We have some serious catching up to do. And the visions deserve better. The people in the USA, Canada, and the UK, they are saying that we deserve better. People in St. Kitts are saying that we deserve better. So what's wrong with us? We can't see that we deserve better? Our morals are that low? Our self-esteem that low? We deserve better. And we ought to be demanding better. Let me tell you how serious this thing is. Tonight I received a message from someone I was working with. They were trying to bring home a family member. And we were coordinating things, trying to see what little we could do. And all kind of problems. When we thought we got it solved, the person showed up at the airport, or the person tried to check in. The person tried to check in and had all kind of issues. And they persisted. They're not living in Nevis. And finally they got things worked out. And then I got the message. They are here. They are here. The person said they're here to help. No. Somebody is coming from someplace. They don't live here. They're coming from a place where they don't have to worry about health care. They are coming from a place that they don't have to worry about access to university. They have social programs for the vulnerable where they're coming from. They are net exporters of food. They have unemployment rate in the single digits. We're too embarrassed to release what ours is. But it has been estimated that it's about 35%. Lord, that is high. But the point is that that person had some serious travel issues, all kind of hiccups, trying to get here, but they came. And I said that they came from many miles away. They have heard our plight, and they have come to help us. The visions come December 12th. Help yourself. Come out and help yourself on December 12th. You have no excuse for somebody coming from all over America or UK and you're right here and you don't vote. What do you say to your children? What do you say to your grandchildren? That you're not going to participate in determining the fate of your own country? Come on. St. Thomas's, you're on a right track. You're on the track with Cleone. Stay on course. Stay on course. Do not let any money nudge you off course. On December 12th, make sure you put your X next to the bottle. No matter about the Simmons and all the little all the long names and all that. No matter with that. Focus on the bottle. Put your X next to the bottle. St. Paul's, you are not alone. Choose J.D. Keynes if you want gains. St. George's, you have a great asset. You have a great asset in Rohan. Make sure you use it. We are presenting to you a man with a plan. St. James's, you don't know how lucky you are. St. James's, you are a lucky people. You have the opportunity to elect your first premier. Your very first. You not only lady premier, but the first. You have an opportunity on December 12th to make history as the first woman premier of Nevis residing in St. James's. You can't claim all by yourself. She come from Brownhill. So St. John's, I know you know me. And we know him. The choice is clear. What you want? A talker or you want a doer? Well, if you want a doer, I am here. So on December 12th, send me to Parliament. Good night.
I've been battered, bruised and torn, but I'm still here. Some days my life was filled with fear. Oh, but I'm still here.
Ladies and gentlemen of St. Thomas's, you have heard that endorsement of your candidate. And so I'm saying to you, my people of Cotton Ground, when you go to the polls on December 12th, your choice is clear. And your choice should be for Cleon, Stapleton-Simmonds. I want to take the time to speak to some young people in Cotton Ground. My people of Cotton Ground, I want to say to you this evening that while you are neglected, while you leave school with your subjects and cannot find a job, there is nothing for you to do. The government of Nevis got $500 million to help you out. And it is a shame to see people from sixth form, there are spaces in government that are not filled. And your son and your daughter, he can't get a job out here sitting on the wall. I'm saying to you, come December 12th, better has come to the people of the Nevis and the Nevis Reformation Party. It is a burning shame because they have some jobs in there that they want to save for some special people only if they back your side. And if you dare stand up and say anything about them, they take back all what they give to you. They take back all what they give to you. Well, my dear, I'm going to say to you that when you go to the polls and vote on December 12th, she going to be back here. She going to be back here. We're going to look after her. My people of Cotton Ground, I want to tell you that you deserve better. You deserve better. And you know, I am fed up of people taking you for granted. Use you when only election is around. And when then you not see them nowhere. My young men in Cotton Ground, you deserve better than a bottle of rum. That is not how people say they care for you. If you care, show me that you care. Don't tell me that you care. Actions speak louder than words. And so put food on the table. If you love me, feed me. And so the people of Cotton Ground, young men, you deserve better than a bottle of rum. Don't let nobody come here and take advantage of you. You have Cleone, Stapleton-Simmonds. And let me tell you something. Cleone is your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, way out. You're way out. And I'm saying to you, especially young men who have children, look what is happening around you. If the government is not preparing for you now, do you think they're going to prepare for your children? Do you think they're going to prepare for your children? My people of Cotton Ground, don't let anybody take any further advantage of you. You deserve better, and better has come in the Honorable Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. It is now my delight to bring to you our next speaker. You see, a young lady tell me that they like when the masculine man with the plan from Gingerland come to speak to them. She tell me over in Brown Hill that when Rohan was speaking, she get goosebump. And so, ladies and gentlemen of Cotton Ground, I want you to put your hands together and welcome the man with the plan from Gingerland, Rohan Isles, to speak to you.
Easy, the man don't know me, Jalano voice to get to youths, you know. Representing, you know. I mean, Nevis. Yeah, I'm representing for the NRP. Remember, this is Rohan Isles. A better way for the youths, you know, prospering people. Listen me now, people, listen. Hey, yo, Nevis, me begging you, please place your vote for Rohan Isles today. Come roll with the NRP and get betterment right away. Yeah. We building Gingerland. If you do good, no pressure can pull we back. No get no youth, now go starve. Vote for NRP and get good food in your pot now. Them can't say we wrong, cause I just look with hand. Hey, yo, Nevis, we rolling with Rohan.
Two, 1, 2. Cotton Ground. Cotton Ground. I have come home for a short while. Rohan Isles is my name, a band's got to come from. And I have come simply to support my friend and colleague. I wasn't with you last night. And normally I don't make apologies on this premise, but I will apologize. But I made a promise to my children that I'll never be absent for any of the activities. And so I was at their Christmas concert last night. Before I get Cotton Ground, do you love Rohan? I'm going to ask again because you got a forward man in this country. Cotton Ground, do you love Rohan? Nah. Oh, yeah. You know, this is my second election campaign in the year. And I want to ask you a question. Have you ever known me outside of politics and in politics to personally attack anybody? I understand that they were in Rollins and they decided to take out a text on me. And I said to my wife, well, she gets more emotional than I do. And she asks, you're going to respond? And I was tempted to. I started typing. And I didn't. But I woke up this morning and I said, you know what? I'm going to unleash a holy hell tonight. And for some strange reason, listen, you hear me talk a lot about the love of my mother. Every time I get to a place where I am about to get out of character, I don't know what is it that she senses. She sends a message. And she said, leave it to God because you're covered by his blood. I am covered by his blood. I accept his coverage. But tonight I'm going to answer some people. You see, he got the fella from pool house to palace who feel that because he look like a bulldozer and operate like a bulldozer, that I am supposed to somehow be afraid. This guy has absolutely no clue about any ministry he runs. None. None. I served 2 years in the Ministry of Agriculture. And he had no clue as to any designation on any day related to agriculture. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for his senior government official, he'd have been lost. Lost. No clue. None at all at all. It took this guy probably 15 takes to read a speech prepared for him. And it is because he did not know what was there. And he wanted to talk about people. He said, I got a message for you. You said, I resigned because of some foolishness. Well, here you are. I resigned. You're about to be fired. Then there is that other fella there. King Liar. You hear lie? That is lie. The fella is a lie himself. Now, the guy said, and they don't learn, you know? They don't learn. I have been on this journey and I have never been afraid of my own truth. Never been afraid of them. So when he go up on platform and say, I message him about joining the CCM, partner, you're running a political party, people gonna get interest. People gonna get interest. And you said no. Well, I don't remember getting a response, but I'm glad you said no. I'm glad you said no. Because there is no way I could have ever served with you when you have no respect for mankind. When you're a liar to your teeth. Hey. Let me tell you something, you know, partner. You got skeletons lining up in your closet. You don't want me to unleash them. Because some of you feel, yes, you know, you want to talk about files? You want to talk about files? Some of you need to learn to drink from your own cisterns and feed among your own lilies. Go read the Bible. You're going to know what that means. I ain't the one. Listen, there's so much a human being can take. I have been fair enough to all of you. But you made the mistake when you decided to tell lies. Now here, you know, friend. I am glad. Listen, I'm glad you say no. You know why? Because Rohan Isles is home. Home in the NRP. Home where I belong. Delivering to the people plans and policies that will enlighten them onto a path of prosperity. You, my friend, got nothing but me. Well, I'm going to tell you why he vex. I'm going to tell you why he vex. I wonder if, you see, a lot of people don't know, you know, but it's to CCM running an election, you know. Half with he and the next half now with he. And you know why the next half ain't with he? It's because of the decision he made here in St. Thomas's. But I'm glad he said no. I'm glad he said no. So when the candidate for number 5 on the other side come here, tell them she wasn't the first choice. I've been telling her, let me alone. Tell her she wasn't the first choice. Because I feel like I just come now. Everywhere I've lived in Nevis, I send somebody. I'll just come run for CCM. I'll just come run for CCM. And I won't call names. High amount of respect for this person. I send all kind of people. The last set of people I send with the world that promise. Anything you want, I'll just run for CCM. But tell the people, she wasn't your party's first choice. She was your choice. I didn't interfere with none of you. I came clean and green. Me not mix up in a nothing. But I have had enough. I have had enough. And you know, I'm sorry. Because let me tell you something, I can take a lot of things. But you see, she, don't go there. Don't go there. Do not go there. Come after me if you want to come after somebody. Tell them how you send message. Say, I, Rohan Michael Isles, the same one I try tarnish, must help deliver St. Thomas's to them. And I going to make me special advisor. Tell them so. Well, here, keep I your special advisor and minister come. And I keep saying, I'm going to say it again. I've been telling you, leave me alone. How you feel? And I'm glad I come home. I ain't done yet. You know, there's a prime. You wait until I get into Zion tomorrow night. Let me tell you something. I walk the length and breadth of Nevis and say, Isles, oh. Hey. Listen good. Listen good. Listen good. I am not a kleptomaniac. I don't take up what don't belong to me. I don't thief it. And if I have to borrow, so I must owe. But I'm going to tell you now, because I'm never afraid of none of my truths them. I see the woman there. God sent. God sent because I tell her she feel it more than me. Me back broad. He said, babe, I don't like it. And she went and she cleared them. I didn't ask her to, but she went and she cleared them. Keep your mouth of my wife, or I will release the scorpion's tail. Then the other fella. I can't find something wrong with this gentleman here. Let me tell you something. I understood and I accepted that you are a failure in terms of governance. But to be a liar, that surprised me. That surprised me. That you would go to the extreme to lie. The guy say, and I'm glad I didn't say St. Thomas's, the guy say, I was removed from St. Thomas's primary. Me removed from St. Thomas's primary. I want, Sylvester down there, I want to know who brave enough, who bold enough to attempt to move me out of St. Thomas's primary school. My request for transfer is on file. And when I sent it up it went to the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education, Wakely Daniel. Let me tell you something, being afraid of my truth. When he get his letter, he called me and he said, what is it you put in this letter? I don't play with them. I don't play with them. So don't tell nobody I was removed from St. Thomas's. Tell them I said I was leaving. The problem he has in Gingerland is that Gingerlanders are opening up to mistakes. Gingerlanders are warming up to the idea that prosperity is on the way. Gingerlanders are accepting that our plans, mine and theirs, are best place to deliver for them. So yeah, hey. P who? P1330. P1330, you interfering with something. Sort that out. So he listen, this is what his problem is. You see, he could talk. I better him. No, let me go back down. You see, he in community service. I've been there and I've done that. You see, he could commentate. The best thing in a sports commentary of me. You see, he does do a little dance. I beat him any day with me eye closed. You see, he feel he could talk. What I have demonstrated night after night after night, that when it comes to delivery, I am among the best, and he simply can't test. Cotton ground, let us get into the meat of the matter. Cotton ground, let us get into the meat of the matter. Because I want you to remember that when the rest of Nevis was seemingly going ahead, you were left out in the cold. Barnscott, remember, you were left out in the cold. Jessops, you were left out in the cold. Westbury, you were left out in the cold. Craddock Road on our side, you were left out in the cold. Listen, let me tell you something. It was in 2006 when J.W. Parry and the NRP got into government that we saw best years. And yet some of them won't get bright and forward about nothing in 20 years. Where they live? Where they live? Yeah, they said the road going up to Barnscott ain't for Barnscott people. Ain't for Barnscott people. So Barnscott people ain't deserve good road. But the same road he wouldn't keep off. The same road he wouldn't keep off, but Barnscott people will reject you and who you come in with. That's it and that's all. My friends, things hard. Things hard. You know, I heard my friend Paris speak tonight about supermarket experience. And that is real. Let me tell you something. Families that are struggling, when I speak to you because I understand. I speak to you because I've been there. I speak to you because I've experienced it. I know what it is like to go in the supermarket and calculate your groceries on your way to the counter. I know what it is to stand in line and hope that whatever you have in your pocket matches what is in your basket. I know what it is like to watch the tally go up and up and up and say, hold on, that's not necessary today. I understand. I know what that is like. And I want to tell you that for that to change, you have got to get up on the 12th of December, walk with your neighbor, walk with your friend, and vote for the Nevis Reformation Party. I want you to remember, Cotton Ground. I want you to remember that this government has never chosen you. This government has never chosen you. Remember, you are among those who waited and struggled for your severance pay. You are among those who waited for your non-established workers' pension. And I'm going to have to deliver on that. Remember when our children ran on our beach, they were interfered with by somebody man claimed he didn't know. But he forget that he was paying him must be $15,000. All I know we're waiting for an investigation to finish. Ground, you cannot forget. St. Thomas says you must not forget, and you must repair that kind of treachery with a no vote to CCM on the 12th of December. I want to talk to young people. And I want to talk to young people across Nevis and here in St. Thomas's. I know that you have dreams and aspirations like young people across Nevis. I know many of you want your own homes. Many of you want your own cars. Many of you want to be able to take care of your families. There are many of you who want to go to university. Some of you don't want to physically go, you want to do it online. There are many of you who are looking for an ease of the mind because the frustration is building. There is no job. There is nothing for you to do. No opportunities are being granted in small business development. And so you're just sitting there, waiting and hoping that something would come. Young people, whether you have voted CCM in the past or NRP in the past, listen, this is a message directly for you. The only way you are going to find the prosperity, the only way you're going to relieve yourself of the pain and suffering that you feel now, the only way you're going to be able to turn the key to your own home, to turn the key to your own car, to live comfortably with your family, to have a life that you're comfortable with, is if you go out and vote overwhelmingly for the Nevis Reformation Party. My friends, I am confident that my colleague is the right person at the right time. NRP did this, and NRP want to do much more of that. In the past 10 years, we have had under the Concerned Citizens Movement. Cleon, Stapleton-Simmonds has been the government here in St. Thomas's, constantly delivering for our people. Small business opportunities. Ask Brandon Hamilton. When COVID was at its highest, she was out and about ensuring that the people could sustain themselves. She has never shied away from the responsibility of being an elected member. Not like the rest of them. She has come time and time again, assuring you that your best days are yet to come. Cotton Crown, Jessup, Barnes, Westbury, and Quadricord, I want to tell you tonight, remember you were promised a lot of things earlier this year and 2 years before. And when you would have gone out and given them your support, they disappeared. As a matter of fact, the gentleman used to drive the next way. The gentleman never drove this way because as far as he's concerned, I can't see him if he ain't come so. And so he elevated himself and he moved from the pool house to the palace. And yet, many of you can't see the land on which your house will be built. You have got to reject those kinds of individuals and those that serve with them, because all of them are alike. All of them are alike. My friends, things hard. Things hard. When the cost of living is out of the reach of so many of us, middle income earners live like low income earners. Well, how low income earners living? How the poor living? How much more are you expecting them to take? How much more? And I want to say to you who can hear me and who can see me in the diaspora, don't come home and take it for granted that your people are suffering under immense pressure. When you come home, release the squeeze. Give your friends and family an opportunity to breathe again. Can you imagine that in an era when we begged and pleaded for this government to deliver to the most vulnerable among us some financial assistance, they say no money there. No money there. But now they find hundreds of thousands of dollars to clean down the side of the road. My friends, let that be a clear message to you that these people are, listen, ooh, I almost said something there. These people are more concerned about winning an election than granting you an opportunity to survive in a place you call home. And I don't understand what the obsession with winning an election is when you cannot govern. When you want to come far, you can't govern. We have seen you can't govern. We have felt you can't govern. Listen, JDH is ready. Cleon is ready. Dr. Bartlett is ready. My friend JD is here but can't speak. She's ready. And I don't have to tell you I am ready. Because this team, primed and ready to deliver a Nevis, where whether you vote blue or green, orange or purple, whether you want better for yourself or your neighbor, we are giving you the opportunity to advance yourselves, prepare for your family's future, and enjoy the present. You, my friends, must want better. You must desire better. You must yearn for better. I know none of you can be comfortable in the situation that you're in, having to struggle day in and day out. We used to talk about people living paycheck to paycheck. But we ain't living paycheck to paycheck anymore, you know. We're living from the first week to the third week. The third week is survival week. You're there and you can't wait. You're counting down the days to when the pagan come in. And when the pagan come in, you buy yourself the biggest lunch. Let me tell you something. I want you to buy big lunch every day of the week. I want you to be able to treat yourselves. This is a place you call home. Charity begins at home. Love is at home. CCM doesn't know where home is. My friends, maybe they think we forget, but I ain't forget. Anybody remember how much million they got for the work at the Malcolm Gishard Park? I can't remember. I want somebody to help me. How much million they say it was? 2 point something? Listen, ask them where the money there. Ask them where the money there. And ask them why no work has begun on road and drainage down at the Malcolm Gishard Park. And maybe you need to apply some pressure on the Taiwanese too, because somebody has to be held responsible for donations made in our name. Our money cannot just be going fluttering all about the place and nobody can account for it. But are you in a way there? Are you in a way there? Are you in a way there? And so we are applying pressure. The Taiwanese gave the money for the work at the Malcolm Gishard Park. Get to working. Get to working. How you feel how you can just take. And the visions are supposed to sit with long faces. Imagine, friends, these are your friends, our family, who leave sixth form and fifth form yearly, in excess of 100 of them. And they're home. They're home. You hear that? Some of them home for 3 years. My friends, when you come home to vote, I want you to vote for the children that have been home for 3 years. I want you to vote for them to be out and about, working, providing for themselves, uplifting themselves, and finding comfortable means. That is what I want you to come home and vote for. When you come home and vote, I want you to come home and vote for transparency and accountability. Put man and woman into government that will not lie to you, that will not hide from you, and that will not cheat you out of what is yours. How? In good conscience. You're making 15,000 plus a month. Some people ain't making 3,000 a month. But you sit in this nice chair that they put you in. Deny them their increase. Take you full. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. There is a special place in hell for them kind of people. And I make no apologies for saying it. There is a special place. I take it back. I take it back. Take it back. Say it on you want them. I take it back. Say it on you want them. So they're going to find somewhere else to go. It is unconscionable. It is not only mean, it is inhumane. It is downright disrespectful. And the visions on the 12th of this, listen, on the 12th of December, I want you not to be disrespectful. I want you to respectfully ease your finger down in the ink. I want you to savor the moment when you return, Nevis, to a place of peace, a place of progress, and a place of prosperity. The visions, I want you to understand, my friends. I want you to understand that this moment, this time, is your time. This time is your time. The opportunity will not come again until 5 years later. This exam will not pass your way again until 5 years later. This opportunity to ink a future that guarantees that there is housing opportunity for your children, educational opportunities for your children, that there is opportunity in healthcare and in tourism and in agriculture. It will not come your way again for the next 5 years. You have got to get up, go out, and elect the NRP. My friends, the end of your suffering is coming. You have got to believe it. You have got to embrace it. You have got to welcome it. I want the ground to move. I understand that the planes are lining up. But I want to ask you, where the planes got to land? Where the planes got to land? And so the visions in your thousands, I want you to shake up Nevis on the 12th. I want you to make such a move that when the plane lands, the only thing they see is green. No more. No more shall you grant favors unto those who are heartless. No more shall you accept 25 cents a day for the next 5 years. When they take 15,000 a month, some of them you can't see them, you can't hear them. And when you ask for a change, they tell you, call me tomorrow. No more. When they come with the 500, I've always said to my friends, tell them you want 36,000. That is a job. You want employment. You give me $500 now. I take 1-2 steps to the supermarket. May I reach in the supermarket mine? I say I take 1-2 steps towards the supermarket. The money done. You go in the supermarket and the bags them I watch you. Where you come in here for? $500. $500. Some of you have big families. God has granted me 4 children. $500. $500 on the table. They make it to the fridge. How? How are you willing to accept year after year, election after election, people trying to buy out your prosperity? Tell them not this time. You want a return on your investment. You want to be able to lift up your families. Tell them you are out of favors. You are out of favors. No more. It is time for us to get a return on our investment. Because that is what it is. It is an investment. And I can guarantee you, if you invest in my friend in number 1 like I know you will, if you invest in my cousin in number 2 like I know you will, if you invest in yours truly like I know you will, if you invest in the next deputy premier like I know you will, and if you invest in the next premier like I know you will, your investments are coming, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. There is a light at the end of the darkness that we know in. There is a beautiful sunrise, a green one, that is coming your way, my friend. There is a time at hand. A time when your morale will be boosted. When your energy will be high. When the sacrifices will be diminished. When your families are going to smile again. When communities are going to be strong again. When Nevis is going to be Queen of the Caribbean again. Because the NRP is coming. And so, my friends, I want to talk to you because it is important you understand that nothing good comes easy. You have been on a difficult road. You have had a difficult journey. You have lived through painful circumstances. You have experienced disappointments after disappointments. But I want to tell you tonight that everything that you have come through is a setup for an NRP breakthrough, because we are coming to deliver for you. In the village above you is where I grew up. Many of you know me. Service is not new to me. It is not foreign to me. I come to you with a mother's love. A woman who believed that someday her son would rise from the ashes of poverty and exclusion. That dreams brings new hope. A hope that I am proud to put forward. That if I can come from such beginnings in pursuit of a better day and a better way for my family, and for those whom I call friends and family, then you too can rise up from your circumstances. On the 12th of December, Give yourself a chance to provide that guiding light for your family. Be that spark. And so I want you young people to vote with us for housing. Vote with us for agriculture. Vote with us for small business development. Vote with us for healthcare. Vote with us for your prosperity calls you to it. Your time calls you to embrace the change. Because the time is now. And so if you voted NRP and you decided to give CCM a chance, I want to tell you, I understand. But it is time to come home. We welcome you home. Home is where you belong. And if you have voted for CCM all your life and have experienced the tumultuous 10 years we are experiencing, this tent is big enough. It is warm enough. It is loving enough. There is enough for all of us to have some. And if you voted for the NRP like I know you have done so many times before, we want to say thank you. Continue to vote with us. We appreciate you. We love you. Remember, my friends, for those of you who have children, remember that we are the protectors of our children's present and the guardians of their future. St. Thomas, it has been awesome being with you tonight. My name is Rohan Michael Isles. I'll see you again. Good night, and I love you.
Easy, the man don't know me, Jalano voice to get to youths, you know. Representing, you know. I mean, Nevis. Yeah, I'm representing for the NRP. Remember, this is Rohan Isles. A better way for the youths, you know, prospering people. Listen me now, people, listen. Hey, yo, Nevis, me begging you, please, place your vote for Rohan Isles today. Come roll with the NRP and get betterment right away. Yeah, 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 yeah. We building Gingerland. If you do good, no pressure can pull we back. No get no youth now.
What an endorsement. Coming from your own. And I want to say his struggle is your struggle. His disappointment is your disappointment. When you hate him, when they hate him, they hate you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that the people of Cotton Ground deserve better. And you have not only one, but you have two representatives who are fighting on your behalf. You have from Basgot, Rohan Isles. And you have from Cotton Ground, Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. What a combination! What a combination! I believe that everywhere else should envy St. Thomas's. Good things come in good packages. And they tell you when you get something good, take two. So you people of St. Thomas's, you have two. You have two. At this time, we have a little surprise and entertainment for you. And so, just give me a while, let me clear this stage. You see, it tells you that the Honorable Cleone is not only organized, but she is versatile. And she have put her all into the community. And I want you to put your hands together and see the young people who have decided, Cleon, you are with us, and so we are with you. Stand proud and represent the people of St. Thomas's. Welcome our dancers to the stage.
I say we tired, oh Lord, people tired. We want a change, we tired. Oh, I say we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. I'm on we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward, forward. With NRP forward, forward, forward. How we going forward, forward, forward. Too long. These lies and mama guys. Too long. Empty promises in my eyes. Too long. You ignoring the people cries. Too long. All your days since 2013. You don't do nothing. Only when election time coming. That's when poor people just get something. From all that bitch and passport you selling. Them actions they telling. All you feel like Nevisians begging. It's time to call off the wedding. We don't meet that this time it ain't working. Because we tired and we tired and we tired and we tired and we can't take it again. Poor people tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. The youths them tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. The visions tired and they tired and they tired and they tired and they can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward, forward. With NRP forward, forward, forward. How we going forward, forward, forward. Time for all you to live. We want to see vision and progress. With Cleon we going to achieve the party youth guaranteed success. No longer can we ignore Nevision with good parliament. Cleon causing an uproar. NRP go get government. Patricia and I live down in the south. Cleon and Jade in the west. Big Janice up in the north. NRP team in high. Janice Daniel will move us forward, forward, forward. Rohan Isle will move us forward, forward, forward. Patricia Bartlett will move us forward, forward.
Ladies and gentlemen,
forward. Cleone-Simmonds will move us forward, forward.
I did promise you prime time. And so, my people of St. Thomas's, it is indeed a pleasure for me to bring to you your very own Queen Cleone. And I want you to go to the polls on December 12th and ensure that Queen Cleone will sit on her throne. Ladies and gentlemen of St. Thomas's, please welcome the honorable, the honest Queen Cleone.
I'm on we tired and we tired and we tired and we tired and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward, forward. With NRP forward, forward, forward. How we going forward, forward, forward. Too long. It's lies and mama.
Good evening, good evening. Good evening, St. Thomas's. Good evening, Cotton Ground. I am home. It's so happy to be home this evening. Cotton Ground, oh, how I love you. My friends, my family, yesterday was a historic day in the history of Nevis because it is the beginning of the end of the CCM administration. My friends, you heard me? I said it is the beginning of the end. The end has come.
My friends, yesterday, the NRP not only presented, but their candidates were nominated. I say in number 1, you have the lovely Miss J.D. Keynes. And I want to say to you, my friends, that you can only gain with Keynes. My friends, in number 2, we had the doc with the prescription. And I normally add a little because I say she also has the injection too. Dr. Patricia Bartlett. And in number 3, boy, we're loaning him to Gingerland for a little bit. We're loaning him to Gingerland for a little bit because he is a product of St. Thomas's. And so, Gingerland, you have the man with the plan in Mr. Rohan. My friends, we come over to constituency number 4, St. James's. And there we have our esteemed leader, the leader of the Nevis Reformation Party. And she not only cares for the people of St. James, but she cares for the good people of Nevis. She is willing and committed to taking Nevis in a new direction. And my friends, when you come home to number 5, we are in number 5. My friends, I want to say to you that I stand here on my throne confident, green and ready. Because you see, my friends, I know come December 12th, there can only be one representative for this good parish of St. Thomas's, and it will be none other than yours truly. So I want to tell them this evening, we done bang them already and we gonna bang them again. My friends, I come to you this evening. And I want to talk to my good people of Cotton Gum because I feel it is important for me to talk to you. The mic stand bothering up my head. It is important for me to come here in St. Thomas's to talk to my good people because I hear people talking all kind of things. And they're talking about St. Thomas's is a battleground. Cotton Ground, you believe that? They say St. Thomas's is a battleground. But I want to tell them this evening, St. Thomas's is a sure ground. St. Thomas's is a sure ground. Because, my friends, you see, who they bringing for battle ain't ready for battle yet, eh? Who they bringing for battle ain't ready for battle yet. So we ain't even gonna make them relevant. Them not ready yet. Tell them I say, this is green country, and it will remain green country no matter what they do, no matter what they try. My friends, my job this evening is very simple. My job this evening, Cotton Gum, is very simple. I am coming to you this evening to tell you, you better get on that victory train. You better get on that victory train because come December 12th, there will be a new government. There will be a new NRP government. my friends, I have been talking to my villagers and some of them doubt me. They say, Cleon, well, how are you going to win? I said, well, what do you mean? Cleon, how are you going to win? I just want to say to all you, this is NRP time. This is NRP time. We are tired of the CCM administration. We're ready to get rid of them. And you all know, before I address you on my plans, I want to address something very important this evening. Because, you see, I am home in Cotton Ground. And it has been drawn to my attention that we have some people out here in Cotton Ground. When you see them, they look like Humpty Dumpty. And y'all know what happened to Humpty Dumpty. He did fall. And they are coming here threatening people in St. Thomas's, telling them if they vote for Cleon, if they vote for one of their own, what are they going to do? Well, I tell them, come. I tell them, come. When you all see Humpty Dumpty from Cotton Ground, tell him I say, stop threatening my fellow villagers. Otherwise, we're going to have a problem over here. Tell them I say, stop threatening the young people of Cotton Ground. You must empower them. Don't threaten them to tell them that they cannot vote for Cleon. Cleon is who they know. Cleon is their fellow villager. I went to school with some of them. I taught some of them. I babysitted some of them. I fed some of them. So how dare you come here in St. Thomas's to talk about you threatening people? My friends, I warn them. Warn them. Warn them. Tell them I say we will not have that in this good constituency. We are not going to be afraid of no PS. We are not going to be afraid of no advisor. We are not going to be afraid of no minister. We are not going to be afraid of nobody in this beloved constituency. So, my dear people, when you go to the polls on December 12th, you will vote for your beloved Cleon, and not a soul can stop you. Because, my friends, we are not a violent people over here in St. Thomas's and Cotton Ground. We are not a violent people. We are a loving people. But anytime they mess with us, not only the school bus will come this time. Not only the school bus will come this time. I want to say to you, everybody will have to come. Because we're not going to lie down flat and take it. Stop threatening people. Stop texting people. Stop talking about what you do for people. If you could not empower them from your heart, and if you know you are not genuine, leave the young people alone. So I want to say to my fellow villagers, have no fear. Cleon is here. And anytime they come to interfere with you, just let me know. Just let me know. Because we will take who we need to take right under the clock. Tell them I say, stop harassing my people. When you all see Humpty, tell him I say, the fall is coming. Tell him, make sure you tell him, I believe he can hear me tonight. Tell him, Cleon say, the fall is coming. Stop interfering with my people. We're not having it over here. Now, my friends, my NRP family, I want you to know that I love you. I love you. And I have demonstrated my love for you in many ways. I see some carbon copy, imitation copy, everything Cleon said they're copying, coming talking about, oh, they have plans. Y'all see them anywhere? Y'all see them? Because I surely don't see them. So, my friends, I want to say to you for the past 2 years, 2.5, I have been there for the good people of St. Thomas's. I have delivered for you. I have listened to you. I have listened to your cries. When you needed me, when you needed legal representation, I was there for you. When some of you got locked up. You called my phone and I came when others couldn't be bothered to answer their phone. During the pandemic, my friends, and just a mere 2 months after being elected in 2020, the first thing Cleon did, the first thing I did, was to ensure that I establish a foundation. It is called the Lowland Community Foundation. I did this for the people of St. Thomas's. Some of them out there talking about, oh, bring a record. Well, I'm bringing it tonight. Because clearly they weren't paying attention. I brought the Lowland Community Foundation. And the first thing we did in June 2020 was prepare care packages. And you saw me all throughout the constituency distributing them to people who were in need. Where was the CCM government then? Where were they? They were getting budgetary support, $1.7 million, plus another $500 million. Y'all ask them, how many of that did they spend on the good people of St. Thomas's and the good people of Davis? Many of you would remember, during that same time, many workers were laid off from many hotels. Four Seasons, Nisbet shut down. Many hotels. People needed their severance. People needed their severance payment. You cannot afford to forget your hardships. You cannot afford to forget the plight that CCM put on this country. Do not forget the stress that it caused you. And my friends, who was there for you? Who was there for you? Many of you saw me. Many of you came to me. My friends, let us fast forward. Because we didn't just study here, you know. Come July 2020, we said, no, man, we have to do something more for our young people. We have to think about our young people. And we want to empower them and encourage them through education. So, my friends, you know what else we did? We expanded the Lowland Community Foundation to have an education initiative. And we introduced the Morella Webb Scholarship Fund. Morella Webb of blessed memory is from Cotton Ground. So in her honor, I was able to, through the Lowlands Community Foundation, provide scholarships for secondary school and primary school students. I provided for them. I was there for them. I donated to them. I ensure every single school year they had their school supplies. They had their school bags. They had their uniforms. I also ensured that they were never left behind when it came to their financial commitments. I did that, and I was not in government. I did that, and I am not in government. I hear my opponent saying, oh, I did this and I did that and I am not even in government. Well, let me, oh, you help me. If it is that you are the advisor to the premier, well, you're not in government. Where are you then? My friends, you all cannot afford to vote for people who don't even know where they are. You cannot afford to vote for people who don't even know when they're in government. Come on, people. We have to wake up. So I want to say to you this evening, I have always been there for the people of St. Thomas's. They can't say nothing about Cleon. They can't tell you I have not been there. They can't say nothing off the record about Cleon because I come clean. I come clean. I come honest. And I come with dignity.
Everywhere we go, everywhere we go.
My friends, you all know my story. I was raised by my grandmother, Eulalie Moore. Auntie Yule, many of you call her. She served this community well. She's of blessed memory. And Auntie Yule taught me, Cleon, you must always have respect for the older people in your community. And that is why you all see me always looking out for them. They know me. They know Cleon because they always see me. I'm always taking a little fruit basket, a little card every birthday. Cleon is there. Since they want me to talk about my record, in St. Thomas's, we respect people and we build up people. We build relationships in St. Thomas's. We are committed. We are committed to ensuring that our families remain strong and united. I talk about myself and what I am interested in. I say I like to build up people. I don't like to break down people, and that offends some people. I was talking about myself. And I will continue to talk about myself and my party because this is what we do in the Nevis Reformation Party. We build strong communities. We empower people. We don't tear down families. We don't send home people. When people express the freedom of speech, and I see my good cousin Auntie Judy right here. When people talk, because over here in St. Thomas's, we are an expressive people. We like to talk. We say we're on our minds. That is what we do here. We talk. We're not afraid to do so. And when we see wrong, we speak up against it. So I see them come now talking about, oh, you have to go home because you come into meetings and you're supporting the Nevis Reformation Party. My friends, I say, how dare them? How dare them? How dare them come into St. Thomas's and mess with our people like that? My friends, the people of Cotton Ground, those of you listening to me, come December 12th, we have to go out and vote with a vengeance. We ready for them. We cannot allow them to come into St. Thomas's and divide our community. We cannot allow them to want to break down our people and trample over our people. We're standing up and we're saying we're not having none of that. Go back where I come from. That is what we're telling them over here in St. Thomas's. So let them come. My friends, my family, I want them to know that their actions only motivating and inspiring us. It's inspiring us out here to become even closer bonded and united in this constituency. So I tell them, come. St. Thomas's, Cotton Ground, I'm going to continue to tell you about my record. In August 2020, and all you hear the dates, so calling, pay attention to the dates. Because at that time, I was not even elected for a year. August 2020, we started an initiative. And we said, listen, we have a lot of small businesses here in St. Thomas's. We have a lot of young people who are working, but because of the system, because of the economy and the state of this economy, due to the failed and incompetent CCM government, our people needed to work harder. Some of them had jobs, but they had to do a little side hustle to make ends meet. That is the state of our country. To my friends listening via social media, Facebook, YouTube, and even those listening on Vision 2020. Big up Vision 2020. It is the voice of NRP. I want to say to you this evening that failed government has made life extremely hard for the people of Nevis. Extremely hard. A whole decade of hardship. A whole decade of suffering. A whole decade of incompetence. A whole decade of incomplete projects. A whole decade of inaccountability when it came to our funds. Funds from the treasury. They can't account for it. They can't tell us, they can't give us the breakdown. What did you do with the first 1.7 million? You come back again, what if $500 million gone? Explain it to us. Show us what you did. You know what they come in with? Oh, well, we didn't get all of the money at one time. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. We cannot see anything substantial on the ground that this particular government has done for the good people of Nevis. We have not seen any progressive development. They boast about the Mondo track. Well, finish it now. Finish it. Complete it. What happened to them? But NRP people, don't worry. Don't worry, because the action team is coming. The action team is coming. And we are going to complete it. My friends, every single project, the hospital extension wing, the pier over there at Owali, everything that they have started and leave incomplete, NRP, we give you our undertaking because I have the permission of the esteemed leader that we are committed to completing them. And we're not just going to complete them, you know. We are going to do so in grand style. We are going to better them because we believe that the people of Nevis deserve it. You deserve better. An entire decade, my friends. 10 whole years. And you have to ask them, what have you done for the people of Nevis? We know what they did for their supporters. We can see that. People boasting on social media about up. But, my friends, I want you to know that an NRP government is going to elevate the entire country. We understand the need to do so. We are for the people. We have always been for the people. St. Thomas's and Cotton Ground, because I am home this evening, I want you to know, when I came to politics, I was recommended, I was introduced by Mr. Joseph Parry. You see, my friends, my colleague Rohan came and he told you about some other people. They weren't even first choice, second choice, fourth choice. I don't know. They just come along for the ride. But I want you all to know that Cleon here was #1 first choice for Mr. Parry. Highly recommended because he saw in me quality, the same standard that my predecessors have served this good parish with. So have no fear. Have no fear. There is no imitation here. This is genuine love, genuine passion, genuine commitment. Because guess what? I live in this constituency. I live in this constituency. Some people talking about me and they don't even know what they're talking about. They went on social media to say, oh, Cleon didn't always live in the constituency. Oh, she only came back for politics. Let me inform them. My grandmother, Eulalie Moore, lived in that house down there, Cotton Ground. I often came to visit her. Every day I was in the constituency. Every day you all used to see me. Every day you all came to me. I continue to represent you. So tell them I say, don't call my name. Don't call my name. Don't tell no lies on me. Don't call my name. My friends, the name Cleon is not reserved for some of them. Tell them, don't call my name. Let me tell you, my friends, you see Barnsgott? You see Barnsgott? Barnsgott is dear to me. And I'm going to tell you why it's dear to me. Because I have some cousins up there in Barnsgott. I always, as a child, go up to Barnsgott. And I remember the state of Barnsgott. Rohan is here, my colleague and friend. We went to school together for many years, right through primary school, high school. Even teachers training college, see him there. We remember Barnsgott. Y'all remember Barnsgott Road? Yeah, well, it wasn't even a road. Y'all remember the 2 strips of stones? My friends, I want you all to understand that in this parish of St. Thomas's, when people go over to the other side, I want you to know that they are committing treason against the constituency. They are committing the ultimate sin and crime against this beloved constituency, because Sylvester can tell you we suffered for 14 long years under the CCM administration led by Mr. Van Samry. 14 long years from 1992 to 2006 we suffered. My friends, nothing was being done in the constituency. I am going to ask all of you. You see that building over there? I want you to watch it. Watch it good. Y'all see it? See it right there. That building right there. Y'all know it? Y'all know it? Can you imagine that is a government building? Y'all can imagine that is a government building? I want you to watch it good. Look at the state of it. Look at the state of that building over there. That is a government building. And I want to say more. I'm not calling down anybody, but I want you all to understand what I'm talking about here in Cotton Ground. This building, it is being inhabited by a person. Somebody live in it. Somebody live in it. And we have a present PS threatening people, saying that if you don't do so, and if you vote for Cleon, we're taking you out of that. Well, my friends, I say it's elevation. It's elevation. Don't be scared. Because you see that there? You see it good? Watch it good. The first thing we will do, take it down. All the people in my friends, we're taking it down. It is not fit and proper for people to live in that state. They deserve better. People are people. And when you say you love people, that must not be the standard, my friends. So rest assured to the people of Cotton Ground, you soon will not see that. You soon will not see that. Tell them Cleon say, we're taking it down. We deserve better. It's an eyesore. It is an eyesore, and we are going to fix it. And when we commit to the people of Cotton Ground and the people of St. Thomas's that we will provide housing for them, it cannot be that. It cannot be that, my friends. Tell them I say we have better standards here. We have better standards. My friends, for the past 2 federal elections, the present administration promised the young people of Cotton Ground homes. They promised them. They promised them homes. The young fellas, them, they say, listen, if y'all vote, we are going to give y'all housing. They had a list going around. That was since 2020. This is now 2022. We're going into 2023. Where are the houses for the young people? Cotton Ground young fellas, I'm asking you guys, where are the houses? But have no fear. Have no fear, because I am one of you, and I understand that you too need proper housing. NRP will provide it. Cleon will provide it. So have no fear. Don't let them come tell you no shenanigans. You have given them time, an entire decade. So my friends, let me get back to my record. And I want to say to you that when I go up to Barnscott, the feeling is bittersweet. It's bittersweet because the first thing you're met with when you're going up to Barnscott is a piece of land, a sizable land, and a big fence. Never before in this good constituency of St. Thomas's we had those kind of things. But, my friends, I want you all to understand this, and I want the people of Barnscott to understand this, because you can't forgive some people. Here is this present administration telling you all land's scarce in St. Thomas's. Land's hard to find. Land's expensive. But at the same time, we have private investors coming here and buying up all kind of lands in Barnscott. My friends, poor people are indeed fed up and tired of the lies, tired of the deception. So when they come to you, the good people of Barnscott, ask them for me. Well, what happened to those lands? They're not good enough for us? Why couldn't the government buy those lands for us? My friends, I want you to know those lands were bought for a mere $8 easy dollars per square foot. Y'all hear why, sir? $8 easy dollars per square foot. The record is there. I don't need to come here to lie to anybody. The record is there. My friends, I want you all to know that that must be disheartening for the people of this constituency. The people of Barnscott who were promised homes and land. Empty promises. Look at people's action. And guess what? Guess what? I want you all to understand that my opponent is from Barnscott, and she is the present advisor to the premier. So I can only conclude one thing St. Thomas says. It must be the advisor who advised the premier that he should not secure those lands for the good people of Barnscott. That is the only conclusion we can come to. So when people coming around talking about, oh, they have plans for you, ask them, where is the action? Where is the record of your government in St. Thomas's for the past 10 years? Ask them. Don't be afraid to ask them. But my friends, my friends, I want to tell you, because I know they're not too versed in many things, eh? So I want to tell you all, they won't even be able to tell you all the record because they don't know. They don't know. You have at present empty representation. The representation empty, there's no substance. No substance. They can't tell you what they have done in St. Thomas's for the good people of Cotton Ground. Cotton Ground, when I look at this village, when I look at the road, when I look at the drainage problem that is affecting upper Cotton Ground and lower Cotton Ground, and nobody can address it, I want to say to the good people of Cotton Ground this evening, Cleon and NRP will fix it. We will solve it. Rest assured, for all of those people in Cotton Ground who have been hurting and who have been neglected, and I said neglected, because when you look at other areas in Nevis, when you look at Brown Hill, where the premier is from, y'all see Brown Hill? Y'all see how we fix up Brown Hill? But what about Cotton Ground? What about St. Thomas's? You know what they're coming to tell you? They're coming over here because I heard them out here last night talking about, oh, We need all 5 seats. You need somebody in cabinet from St. Thomas's to push Nevis forward. Well, I want to ask you all a question. Because St. Thomas's, I know we are bright people and we are smart people and we are not easily fooled over here. I want to ask you all a question. Well, if they have 4 seats in government, they have 3 seats in the federal, and they have outdone themselves to know they have 3 seats and they're in the opposition. I want to ask you, well, what will they do with a 5th one? What will they do with a 5th one? Absolutely nothing.
Roast them up. Roast them up. Roast them up. Roast them up.
My friends, when they come to you chatting foolishness, because I was very dismayed last night when I hear the absolute rubbish that came out of those people's mouth talking about, oh, St. Thomas's, you need to put somebody in cabinet. Well, let me tell you something. Are you see the rest of them already in cabinet? Are you see them? You all see them? You all see the contribution? My friends, do not let CCM continue to disrespect you all like this. Tell them, no. You need quality representation in cabinet. You need quality representation in cabinet. You need people who are committed, people who can understand, people who can analyze, people who can work as a part of a team, people who respect women. That is what you need in government. My friends, for far too long in this country, women have been trampled upon by the CCM administration. For far too long, you hear all the sneers. Oh, monkey with lipstick. You hear them. Deadbeat dads. Women must do better and stop taking up deadbeat men. Well, it's not the same men they come into asking for votes. It's not the same women they come into, the monkey in lipstick and the women in the khaki skirts and the lipstick. Well, guess what? Because NRP was so in things with women, some people get jealous. And they say they want to bring a woman too, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what? People of St. Thomas's, you deserve real women. Real women. Women who can stand up. Women who have built families. Women who are committed to working hard and serving the people. That is what you need. We don't have time for girls. You need women. So I want y'all to understand, we don't have time for girls over here in St. Thomas's. We need a woman. And in me, you have a woman.
Me never start, tell them not time. Tell them give it till them ball, tell them not time.
My friends, I want to say to you, NRP is presenting you a slate of candidates with 4 women who are committed to working hard for you, because we believe that the time has come for our women to be uplifted and elevated and to be motivated and to be encouraged and to be supported by our men.
Everybody up. Yeah, get them up.
So my friends, when you hear them come to you and they're talking, do not let them use you. Do not be fooled. They have no respect for women in this country. And you see, our women and our young girls, they need support. They need to be uplifted. They need education. Our girls need programs that's going to teach them how to be respectable and decent young ladies in this country. They need it. We have to make a conservative effort to ensure that we can invest in training our young girls. You see? Because I want to empower them that they must be able to stand independent. They must be able to stand independent, and they should be elevated by their hard work and their record. Nothing else must elevate them upwards in this country. It must be hard, honest, and decent work. We want to restore the reputation of our women and our young girls. And in order for us to do so, we have to provide them with the necessary training. It is important. We have to teach our young boys, the fellas them, how to respect, love, and support women. You see, because that will help to mold them into becoming better husbands and better boyfriends and better men. That is what the NRP is committed to bringing to the good people of St. Thomas's and the good people of Nevis. So my friends, have no fear. Have no fear. I can talk the things then because I know what I'm talking about. You all see my husband? You all see my husband? I want to say good evening and help me to salute him because I couldn't do it alone. My friends, the journey has not been easy. My colleague Rohan spoke about his wife. And we are about building families because that is what we know here. I salute my husband because I want to say to you, it has not been easy for me in my career, in my political career, in the legal field, in everything that I do. He has been very supportive and committed to our family. My friends, I want you all to know that if we are building a community, if we are uplifting people, if we are empowering people, my friends, we have to set that standard. It is important for us to do that. I have demonstrated that, St. Thomas says. I have demonstrated that. I have been loyal and committed to the good people of St. Thomas's. I am going back to Barnsgott now, my friends. I am going back to Barnsgott. Corey, you have the video for me? Because I want them to see. I want them to see and understand what we did for a young man up there in Barnsgott through the Lowlands Community Foundation, my foundation. You see, they're talking about action. We do the little things, but we also have done big things. And the record is there. My friends, when you go to Barnsgott, you are going to see a little barber shop up there. It's called Cut and Lime. Cut and Lime. And I want you all to support it. Support it. Because it is the vision of a young man from Barnsgott, who came to me in my first year as being the elected representative for this beloved constituency. And I said to him, how can I help you? He said, Cleon, well, I want to open a barber shop. And I said, okay, no problem. We are going to work with you to make it happen. And I want you all to understand that is what we did. That is what we did. The structure is there. So when they come to say, oh, Cleon has not represented you well, tell them I said, don't tell no lies on me. Tell them I said, stop calling my name. My name is a good name. St. Thomas's Cotton Ground, you have raised me and you have taught me well. I cannot depart from the teachings of my grandmother. I cannot depart from the teachings of the good people in Cotton Ground. So I am committed to service. I was born. I grew up looking at Eulalie and seeing her be an example for this community. Everything that everybody wanted in Cotton Ground, she provided it. I can tell you stories about the barrels. The barrels from St. Thomas that my Uncle Dalma used to send. And my God, he used to send about 6 or 8 for December. And by January, we don't have one food in the house. Eulalie parceled out. Parcel for every single person in Cotton Ground. Sometimes I will say, well, Lord, Mommy, you're not going to leave back something for March? She said, no. Come go down go get Tom. Come go down go get Dick. Come go down go get Harry. Come go down go get so-and-so. That is my background. That is my background, and that is why I am so committed to you. I hear some people talking, and they're saying, oh, we're not supporting Cleon because Cleon didn't do this. But I want you to know, remember the times when I did it. I may not always be able to do it every time you call on me, but remember the times when I did it. Because on many occasions, my dear people, I had to make personal sacrifices to help you. Personal sacrifices to help you. I did not have the benefit of having access to the public treasury. I want you to know, the Premier and I are not friends. The Premier and I are not friends. So my friends, when I come to your Cotton Ground, when you call upon me and I help you, know that I am doing it from the bottom of my heart. I don't have a lot of resources like some people. I am humbled. I come to you with humility. I come to you with strength. I come to you with character. And when I give you my commitment, and when I give you assistance, I want you to know that it came from my heart. You see, my people, in this country, our plans and our policies to push St. Thomas's and Nevis forward must come from a state of compassion and kindness. It must be genuine. I don't have no hidden agenda. I didn't just wake up and come flashy and telling you, oh, I come to help you. I have always been there for you. Many of you, I taught you. Some of you, I not only taught you, but I looked out for you in school. I see some people even working in the present administration, right in the Premier's office, and I'm going to talk the things them. When I was a teacher, I looked after them. I cared for them. I provided lunch for them from my own money. And now they're on social media saying all kind of things about Cleo. Tell them I say stop calling my name. Stop calling my name. I have help. And I don't do so looking for anything in return. I don't do that, my friends. I do that because I have a sincere and a genuine heart. And I am committed to ensuring that people can get the best care possible. I have done it outside of politics. And I will continue to do it, even in politics, my friends.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
My friends, as I wind down, I want you to know that Cleon and the NRP team, we are committed to you. We are committed to St. Thomas's. We have done many activities. My team is here. From kite flying competition at Easter to Easter egg hunt. Many activities to help uplift our people. To give them that activity so that they can enjoy. You all remember our Cotton Ground days up on the Cotton Ground playfield? My friends, I want you to know, Cleon is committed to ensuring that at that Cotton Ground playfield, you will have a bathroom and changing room facility. It is well needed. 10 years ago, CCM said they're going to bring it. We can't see it yet. Have no fear. Come next week, Monday, I want you to know, I give you my undertaking. It will be a deliverable. It will be a deliverable for the people of St. Thomas's. My friends, I want to remind you of something. You see that wall up there at the cotton ground, that piece of wall that they came and said they fixed? My friends, that wall was in a deplorable state for an entire decade. Don't forget it. An entire decade. And I agitated. I spoke about it in Parliament. I said, listen, this is a hazard. At any point in time, it can fall on any person in St. Thomas's. The good people of St. Thomas's deserve better. I took my fight to social media. And I presented a video and I told you they don't really care about us. Y'all know what they did? They sprung into action, fixed piece of the wall. And then come talking about that is a deliverable for CCM. Y'all see them anywhere? Y'all see them anywhere? Tell them I say. Tell them I say. The people of St. Thomas's deserve better, and they will get better with Cleone. Because guess what? Guess what? We will move forward with Cleone in St. Thomas's. We will move forward with Cleone in St. Thomas's, because that is the only way that St. Thomas's will get the type of representation that it deserves. My friends, we are on a path to victory. We are on a path to victory. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Victory is coming. NRP people, for far too long you have been out in the wilderness, and you have to believe it, because come next week we are going to have a new government. We all will be here in our green shirts celebrating. My friends, we are not going to leave anybody behind in this beloved constituency. We are not leaving anyone behind. The first order of the day right here in Cotton Ground, when NRP is victorious, we are going to take our health center out of that community center. We deserve better. We deserve better. We are talking about 10 years. Come on, people. We have to wake up. We deserve better. NRP will give you a state-of-the-art health center. The people of St. Thomas's, because of your loyalty and your commitment to this great party, we are going to deliver for you. We have a responsibility to look after you. My friends, we will not leave our fishermen and women behind. We are committed to them. We are committed to them. And so, I want you to know, we are going to expand the initiative. It's going to go beyond wires that the Japanese donate and our fishermen have to pay for. We are saying that it's not the type of representation that we are going to give. Our fishermen deserve better. Our fishermen deserve better. They need a landing dock. We will provide it. My friends, they need equipment. We will provide it. Some of them need access to grants in order to repair existing boats and sometimes to purchase boats. We are going to deliver for our fishermen. We are not going to leave them behind, because we understand the importance of our fishermen to the development of our fisheries and marine resources. My friends, NRP has a big plan for our fishermen. We intend to diversify our economy, and we are going to introduce on a large scale the blue-green economy. My friends, that is something that we are committed to do it. NRP was on the right path. when NRP agitated for the fisheries complex. You all remember? And CCM came in and said no to our fishermen. Now they come talking about the care for fishermen. I tell all you, when I see them come in front of you, run them! Do not be afraid to run them!
Kick them off the wall. This one don't make them ball. When we kick them, let them ball.
My friends, we are not going to leave our farmers behind. We understand that our farmers too need land, and we are going to provide land for them. They must have access to land. And you see, my friends, because I am in cotton ground, I can speak about something. I want to take you back because some people can say, Cleon, no, don't go there, but I'm going there. I am going to go there because I need to make this point so that the people of cotton ground and St. Thomas's can understand. I know the young men have an interest in farming. I know that because they have told me that. But you see what CCM did over there at Cadesby? You all see what CCM did over there at Cadesby? When they used the young fellas of cotton ground to remove Dr. Daly, and at the end of the day, they did not look after them. Do not allow them to puppy show you. Do not allow them to use y'all for any agenda. No. An NRP government will empower our young people. When I tell y'all we are committed to doing something, we will do it. So we understand that you have an interest in farming, and we are going to make lands available for you to lease them. We are not going to play with your emotions. We are not going to toy with you like the CCM has done. We are talking about real representation. You see, because in the NRP, we have real women and a man. We are real people. People with class and standard, and we are committed to our people. My friends, education is something that is dear to me. And when I look at the state of the St. Thomas's school, and people will say, listen, don't play politics with the school. That is not my intention. But I have to tell you, the good people of Cotton Ground and St. Thomas's, I am not pleased with the state of the St. Thomas's primary school. And it needs repairs, it needs renovations, and NRP is committed to ensuring that that school will be modernized.
Get up, stand up.
It's not politics in the school, my friend.
Right.
It's our reality. That is our reality. That is where our children go. Rohan children go to that school. My children go to that school. So, of course, it is dear to our heart. And we will speak about it. Because other people boast in how they paint the school. Well, that's not politics, too. When I tell them, I say, mine. Tell them, I say, stop, call my name. Don't call my name. My name is not reserved for someone you don't call it. My friends, I want to say that the NRP government and Cleone, we are committed to ensuring that we can create jobs for our people. And we know how to do it. We know how to do it. We are not about wastage. My friends, you see, we are in December. And it is the season and spirit of Christmas. And I know for many of you, you don't feel the Christmas spirit because we are consumed by politics right now. But my friends, I want to say to you, you are going to get an early Christmas gift next week. You are going to get an early Christmas gift next week. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed, and do not be scared. Christmas is coming early for you next week.
Change must come, change must come.
And that will be the change of government. You are going to see a newly elected NRP government. By NRP people, we are so strong, right? We are so strong that the other side out there telling people that we're weak. That is when you know you're strong. That is when you know you're ready. When they're out there telling people, oh, NRP weak. Well, we're going to show them. We're going to show them how weak we become December 12th.
We don't fear nobody. We don't fear nobody. We don't fear nobody.
My friends, as I wrap up this evening, I want you to know, I want you to believe, I want you to understand, NRP is here for the good people of St. Thomas's. NRP has always been here, and there is no need for you to change. No amount of $500 come in here and turn this constituency blue. And even if they up it to 1,000, it still cannot change this constituency. It will remain green. You see, my friends, because you know, you have seen the record of NRP. You knew that it took a Parry NRP-led administration to bring that community center over there to Cotton Ground. If CCM had stayed in there, we would not have gotten anything. You all see the road up there in Cleone, going up to Barnscott and linking Jessops. NRP did that. My friends, but for NRP, we would not have gotten that. When you look at the 5 turning down there, my friends, NRP did it. When you look at the first stage of the housing project up there in Cleone, NRP did it. So my friends, I want you to know, we are accustomed to bringing progressive development to this constituency. When we look at 4 Seasons, I hear some people boasting about, oh, we have 2 international banks in St. Thomas's. Well, I want you to know NRP bring international banks long way before them. We are accustomed. But you see, my friends, we are not just going to bring international banks. We are going to ensure that they are properly regulated in this country, because we have some issues with them. And because they are in St. Thomas's, I want you to know that when the change of government comes, those banks will be properly regulated. They must do good business here in Nevis, because we have a solid reputation to upkeep when it comes to our offshore and financial services industry. We are going to hold them to the highest standard, so they better get ready. All who don't have their house in order better go put it in order shortly, because NRP is coming. So my friends, as I leave you tonight, Cotton Ground, as I leave you tonight, I want you to be rest assured. Rest assured. Don't let nobody come tell you nothing about NRP in opposition. Those days are long gone. Those days are long gone. NRP has presented a slate of candidates that are winners. We are ready to take government. So my friends, we understand your struggles. We understand the cost of your high electricity bills just a few months ago. NRP agitated for the fuel surcharge to be removed. The Premier had no choice but to remove it. So my friends, I want to say to you, we are going to continue on that same standard and that same committed path. My friends, as I leave you this evening, I want you to remember, St. Thomas's, you have been loyal and committed to the Nevis Reformation Party for a very long time. For a very long time. And you cannot afford to lose out, because the wind of change is coming. You cannot afford to lose out now. This is not the time to give up, St. Thomas's. Cotton Ground people, this is not the time to give up. Victory is near, and victory is coming next week. So I want all of you to make sure you get on that green train. Get on that green train, because we will, by God Almighty, take out the CCM administration come next week, Monday.
So you ring the bell. CCM have a dead.
So my friends, have no fear. Have no fear. Cleon and the NRP, we are here for you. So I want you to go out in your numbers. Come December 12th. Go out early. Mark a man. Letter, where you there? We're marking everybody over here in common ground. We're marking them hard. We're marking man. We're marking women. We're marking groups. We're marking everybody. We are not going to allow any shenanigans to take place over here. And I don't want the culprits. I don't send a personal warning to the culprits because I let them know, listen, Cleon ain't afraid to take a lockup. Cleon is not afraid to take a lockup. Nobody gonna bribe nobody over here. Nobody gonna bribe nobody over here in this beloved constituency. And police officers, I want to thank you for coming out this evening and for providing security for this meeting. I thank you. But come December 12th, we are going to call on you to do your job. Because anytime we see any mixed-up crazy business over here, we bring in the police. And they better do the job over here. Mine are warning people. For far too long, people have been allowed to get away with all kind of illegal activities over here. Mine are telling all you not this time, so don't come. Do not try it over here in St. Thomas's. Police, be on guard. Cleon will be calling you. Make sure all you come with all your soldiers. If all you ain't got enough police, come with all your soldiers. Because when we see any type of illegal activity out here, we ain't going to have it. And as Letter said the last time, the school bus must come. I tell all you, it's going to be more than the school bus that will have to come. And I want to be careful, you know, my friends, because they're calling my name. They're calling my name. And they're going around telling people how I say all kind of things and launching personal attacks on people. My friends, I never did such thing. All I did on this campaign trail and on my show Legendary, I talk about myself. I talk about myself and my colleagues and my party. That is what I am guilty of. But to the good people of St. Thomas's, I am not a violent person. But I will stand up. I will stand up. You know why? You know why? My training tells me when you see injustice, you have to stand up against injustice. And injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So we won't allow it over here this time. Auntie Judy, if she's still here, we're marking the man in dress-ups. We're marking everybody, man, woman, groups, everybody. And don't talk about NIPAC. You see, my friends, I don't speak Spanish, you know. I can't speak Spanish, but I believe I'm going to take the next couple days to learn a few phrases in Spanish because I'm going to tell them what I have to say in Spanish.
Everywhere we go, my friends, everywhere we go, when the light are there, it's just the pressure in them. They feel the pressure in them.
My friends, this election is NRP election. CCM feel the pressure. This is NRP election. We have been giving them the pressure. But we are not going to lose it on election day. We are going to be militant. We are going to be militant. We are going to be vigilant. And anything that you all see out of order, do not be afraid to stand up. We are going to have fair and free elections in this country. We are going to have fair and free elections in this country because this, my friend, is NRP time. This is NRP time. And we are going to win this election. I want to thank you, St. Thomas's. I want to thank you to my friends who have come from far to support me this evening. I want to thank LaQuanda Cornelius and Brandon Hamilton, who so ably nominated me yesterday. Thank you. Thank you, St. Thomas's. Thank you for your confidence in me. Thank you for your belief in me. Thank you for all of your love and your support. And because of your love and support, and because of your numbers here this evening, I feel confident and energized that I can go safe into the next election because St. Thomas's will remain green. Thank you, my friends. I love all of you.
I say we tired. Oh Lord, people tired. We want to change. We tired. I say we tired and we tired and we tired and we tired and we can't take it again. I'm on we tired and we tired and we tired and we tired and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, your very own, and still the champion from St. Thomas's. And her name is Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give thanks to the entire team. For we gave a break tonight because of the other meetings to some of the candidates. But you recognize that even though we gave them a break so that at least they have a night off, you recognize that our candidate from Charlestown has come to Cotton Ground and said, whether I'm speaking or not, Cleon has my full support, and so I can come. I want to say that our leader, Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, she was here as well, giving support to Cleon Stapleton-Simmonds. I want to say to you people of Cotton Ground, Charlestown is ready. I am saying Charlestown is ready. St. Thomas's, are you ready? St. Thomas's, are you ready? Because the people of Brownhill has confirmed that St. John's is ready. The people of St. George's are saying Rohan is the champion and he is ready. The people of St. James are saying history will be in the making for the first female premier in the island of Nevis. So St. Thomas's, are you ready? I want to thank you very much for coming out. I am feeling confident. So we move into Zion tomorrow. No stones will be left unturned. I want you to come out in your numbers and support Rohan Isles in Zion tomorrow. I love the energy. I love the crowd that is here. But Rohan needs your support in Gingerland. A clear message must be sent that St. George's is ready for the change. And so I invite you to Zion tomorrow. Thank you for your support. Thank you for standing up with the Nevis Reformation Party. Have a good night and God bless.
Change must come, change must come, change must come, let's shift the momentum. Change must come, change must come, change must come, let's shift the momentum. Let's go! NRP massive! If you ready, let me go, push, 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 yo! I don't know about you, but let me tell you what me I go do. Me I go vote, I support, let's go vote, I push a vote.
That's right.
Let's take the beast out of power. Me have a vote, I support. Let's go vote, I push a vote. So let's go early with your ID and vote for integrity. People trust me, believe me, and I'll be better for Queen City. So let's go early with your ID and vote for integrity. People trust me, believe me, and I'll be better for Queen City. For Janice, we voted Cleon, we voted Rohan, we voted JD, we voted Matt. Because a change must come, we voted NRP.
Are you ready for this?
NRP shifting the momentum. NRP shifting the momentum.
NRP remains the best for you. It is time for you to vote for peace, progress,